And welcome back to another episode of When in Robes. I am your host, Christopher Haupt. With me, as always, is my co-host, Tommy.
Good morning.
And Collin.
Good morning.
And baby, we're in robes.
What?
You guys have any romantic things? Just a couple days after Valentine's Day. I mean, it is a few days after Valentine's Day, but...
I don't know. I mean, I masturbated a few times, probably.
Pornhub had free premium.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Really?
Jumped on that real quick.
I didn't know
Did you?
Yeah. It's a week of free premium. Fuck, dude.
How'd you hear about that?
The internet exploded about it. I saw
Really?
3-4 different tweets about it.
I never saw that.
So with premium for a week, does that mean you get?
That's my voice cracks. Yeah.
It means
Sorry.
you get premium for a week.
But you get exclusive porn for a week, or
Yeah,
can you
like,
download for a week?
I could both.
So you could just download
Damn.
hundreds of gigabytes and then get rid of
dude.
premium. Are you doing that?
I'd buy
You better get on that like right now.
Oh,
Like,
dude.
why are you even here right now?
Where are my priorities? They stand with Pornhub. No, yeah, I'm about to jump on that and really download the entire website. Get even your grandma's homegrown porn video. No, I'm kidding. You've ever been scrolling on? We're gonna keep going about it. You've ever scroll on Pornhub and you're looking, you're like, I don't like anything I'm seeing right now. But then like you pass on those like 92-year-old like old grandma fucks young boy like that. I'm not saying
No.
you
Yeah,
not watch
I don't-
them. You don't watch them. I'm saying
I've never even passed one of
really.
those
I've
videos.
seen like.
I'm not in that section, Chris.
Yeah,
I'm not in
what
that section
are
too.
you in?
I'm in the browse category.
Oh, you go like through everything.
Yeah, I'm just like
I just go to the same 3 videos at this point.
pretty consistent. I understand.
It's at this point in my life, you
It's
know,
like a
I'm-
10-year-old video.
See,
Well, I'm
well,
just
yeah.
sticking true.
don't fix it.
Yeah, I mean, if all I need in the time when I think I need to do that is just a quick fix of, like, you know, I don't need it to be anything romantic, anything special. You know, just go to the same video, get the deed done in 2 minutes, and I'm going to bed. You know, that's all I need.
So you're more of a efficient masturbator.
Yeah,
It's
I
more
don't.
of, gotta get it out.
Just gotta get it
somewhere.
out.
See, I'm more of the type that like I draw that shit out, man. You know, like I'll be like, well, I kind of want to watch some porn, so you know, I'll get on and then I'll just like take my time trying to find something. Then I'll find something and be like, you know, let me just pause this real quick. I can keep browsing, maybe come back to it a little bit. You know, like
Really?
yeah, catalog. I'm a catalog kind of guy.
Okay.
Like
I'm more up with you then.
Yeah, I try to make the.
I'm not saying I need to make this like a 3-hour event. You
Right.
know? You know, like I'm
hope not.
definitely
Well,
I'm
yeah.
definitely in the business of making them less than 20 minutes, you know? But like
Yeah.
I don't like the rush. Like you ever like been like you just wake up and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna whack one off before anything happens. Then you're like, fuck, I don't have enough time. I need to hurry, like maximum overdrive.
If I'm even slightly like pressed on time in the morning, I won't do it.
Was that you this morning, Chris? Is that why you were so late?
Elizabeth dead asleep next to me, Collin quietly knocking on the door.
Oh fuck!
Yeah,
It's the pressure that gets you off, isn't it? It's the excitement.
exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of a rope around my neck, it's the pressure, the external pressure.
Pressure of being late to the podcast.
Yeah, I'm the psychopath.
Romans 1:16, for I will not be ashamed of the gospel. Say that to everyone all the time. Like, yo, just read Romans 1:16.
You seem to be pretty familiar with your biblical literature.
Grew up. I had to be.
What if we do like Chris's corner? Right? Read Bible verses. That sounds fun.
John 3:16.
We light candles in the room and we summon a goat.
We summon a
We
goat?
summon and sacrifice the goat.
Okay, we'd have to do a lamb. Wrong.
I think
Dude,
we'd have to get
I
the
didn't
Ouija
grow up.
board out.
Ooh.
No, a goat is for the devil. A lamb is for God.
Then I spoke correctly.
This is religious. I'm not gonna deal with the devil.
Why not?
I don't believe in Ouija boards, you piece of shit. If you ever bring that up again, I'll break that mug across your fucking skull. All right? You never bring Ouija boards in this household.
Who's the psychopath here now?
Yeah,
All
Jesus.
I'm saying is that we don't bring that stuff around.
It's a piece of wood, Chris.
It's not a piece of wood. There's more than that going on, and you just don't see it. You just don't see it. There's a war. We've come to my... Can we just cut to me? There's a war happening around us, and we are unaware.
Start talking like Philip Seymour Hoffman's character in The Master.
Did you like Philip Seymour Hoffman?
I wanted to talk about The Master. Yeah. It's a great movie, first of all. I think I really liked just the whole flow of the movie was really interesting.
It looks brilliant. Like, it looks amazing. Like, the lighting, like, I don't know how he does it, but like...
The buildings he was in were really fit the times, I thought, and also just like made the whole thing a little spookier.
What do you think about the interview, that first interview scene? Where he's like talking to him and asking, he's like, tell me your name. He says it like
what is your name?
Yeah, what is your name?
What is your name? What is your name? Like, it just keeps repeating.
Yeah, like that scene, Philip Seymour
really
Hoffman
intense.
has so much control in that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you watch it and it's just like the whole room is seeping with, like, he dictates on what's going to happen next.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Joaquin Phoenix did such a good job at kind of being like
playing off of it.
Yeah, like being the pupil, or like being used, so to speak, and it's just
well, I
mean,
think
there's no other actor like him in that role, and I think he's just completely amazing. Like,
yeah, no.
I mean, it
was an insane scene. I remember
he like smacks himself. He keeps hitting himself because he keeps messing up. But
it was the build-up because Philip Seymour Hoffman just kept asking the questions like stern, just bringing it on with those questions.
Yeah, yeah.
And Joaquin Phoenix just answered them.
Have you had illicit sex? And it's like, yeah, he
well, don't
yeah,
don't say too much.
Sorry.
Yeah.
He has sex with his aunt.
Oh, yeah, that's not even that. That's not that important in the movie.
Okay.
But he does.
Yeah. That's weird.
It is, yeah.
I mean, I guess maybe back in the day it wasn't. No, it's weird. No,
yeah.
it's weird.
Yeah.
I take that back. There's never been a time where...
Once you go to like 1400 England.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, but it was a great movie. I really liked it. I thought that the scene where Joaquin Phoenix is the photographer and he keeps putting the light closer and closer to the guy who's being, like at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
And he just keeps putting the light right up on his face, and then they just get in a huge fight. Like, that's kind of like the scene that you introduced Joaquin Phoenix's character, and I'm just like, right away when I saw that, I was like, he's gonna be a wild character.
Oh,
like
he's
wild. He's an oddball.
Yeah.
Like, and I loved Philip Seymour Hoffman's character. I think his acting was great, but honestly, Joaquin Phoenix's performance just...
You think it stole it for you? Dude, he's the Joker.
Yeah,
he's going to be the Joker. That's one of the best casting choices besides watching Heath Ledger's performance.
Yeah, like, I think that's a brilliant choice, especially after seeing The Master. I think that performance is... I think it explains why he's gotten the Joker, because he plays a crazy person in The Master, and it's so well done, convincing.
Well, I mean, that's how
M. Night Shyamalan.
No, you just said his name. I can't. Transformers movies. What's his name?
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay.
When did I just
did you not
say?
say
Yeah,
Michael
you
Bay?
didn't say Michael.
Oh, sorry. I thought I heard you say Michael Bay for some reason.
That was the voice in your head.
Yeah, I apologize. I've got no...
So you're crazy too.
Yeah, I don't have any care about Michael Bay, but he started as an indie director.
Was he better than what Transformers ended up being?
Yeah, his early stuff was like before Michael Bay fully blossomed into himself. And he was... It's the same thing with Nick Cage. They were like... Michael Bay was an indie director. Nick Cage was an indie actor. You have these bigger artists now, directors now. Like back in the day, they always had humble beginnings. But sometimes your filmography can't justify... Like, Shyamalan has some good movies, but then he's got some awful movies. He's just lost...
Two good movies. Two good movies if you're lucky, I'd say.
Okay.
Sixth Sense is good.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's
it's a really good movie. It's his best movie.
What's the one with Joaquin Phoenix and Mr. Racist?
Mel Gibson.
Yes. I just say Mr. Racist and you're like Mel Gibson. Yeah.
Let's find out. We have the power of the internet.
Signs.
Haven't seen it.
Was that him? Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, it's Shyamalan.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Is it good?
It was okay.
I've been getting more into Joaquin Phoenix recently.
Dude, Joaquin Phoenix is such a good actor. I love almost everything he's a part of. Him, Casey Affleck. I love Casey Affleck. Like, I don't know what about him that I love about him, but he's just great. About him, you have 12 hours. Oh, you'll be dead in 12 hours. 12 hours. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is something Collin and I can only relate to because we've both seen 1 and 2.
Oh, that's what you're referring to.
Yeah. Remember that where he's just like...
Yeah, I remember now.
You wish it never happened.
No. We don't want to need to talk about this anymore.
Come on. No. Did you ever see Avatar? Did you see the Avatar movie?
No.
Oh.
No. I
Really?
Didn't. No. Not at all. I wanted to avoid it.
Did you watch him as a kid?
I loved the TV show.
So you
I purposely avoided the movie because I heard it was bad.
Did you watch it after the movie?
No, I never watched it.
No, I'm saying like the TV show. Were you later coming in, or did you watch it?
It was while it was on TV.
Okay.
While it was being made.
Because I remember being so hyped for it.
Well, I was too. Then I heard people talking about it, and I heard people say it was horrible. So I was like, I'm not going to ruin my idea of what Avatar is.
It ruined my... It didn't really ruin it. It just was a horrible movie.
It's a shame.
I think it was like one of those early films that you realize that like movies are bad, like can be bad. Listen, Avatar had a budget of like a couple million, and it was awful. It was worse than... I'd rather see horrible white guys pretend to be terrorists than like millions of dollars invested in actors and set design, and it still is awful. Because like one is just limited by actual funds, the other was limited by actual like good writing.
And I'm gonna say this with complete confidence.
Yeah.
Would not have been any better if it had a bigger budget.
No, it would not have. But like, Avatar wouldn't have been better if it had... I mean, it would have been worse if it had a lower budget.
Yeah.
But like, giving more money didn't help the fact that the writing was bad and the acting was bad. All I'm saying is that I got some extreme reactions to the two artists that you've both been listening to for the past couple of months.
Maybe
My
you should
bad.
hop on.
Yeah.
Hop on the train of a band I'm not interested in, an artist that I've already listened to?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
You've got to listen to the Talking Heads.
Okay.
It's objectively good.
Objectively.
Yeah.
Objectively?
Objectively.
Okay.
Not subjectively.
Okay. Wow.
Objective.
It's pretty crazy that something has reached the objective status.
Yeah.
Like Harry Potter hasn't even reached the objectively good status.
That's because it's banned in most like Catholic high schools.
That's why. Yeah.
Catholic high schools are just the big proponent against Harry Potter. We will not have Harry Potter at our schools to teach witchcraft.
But you know, Catholic schools are okay with the Talking Heads.
David Byrne used to play concerts there all the time.
Imagine Catholic schools.
Imagine they just did a world like a U.S. tour, and it's just all Catholic high schools. They're playing the gymnasium, and the entire crowd is just like,
No, that'd be you too.
no, yeah, that would be you too. Who else would play? What type of band would play high schools? Like Aerosmith.
Coldplay.
No, they're big.
Yeah, but I think that if
I think
20 years from now.
Not.
I think the Rolling Stones
Good
deserves
point.
to play high school students now. Like how out of touch like Mick Jagger is. Just like put them in a high school auditorium and make them play one or two songs.
Make them play.
And they'll realize, wow, This generation must hate us. I wonder if he has. Do you think like some of those old rockers like have some serious diseases? Like, do you think
like chlamydia?
Do you think like Keith Richards' dick is like full of STDs? Like, I mean, come on. He probably was fucking without any like they were all fucking without protection back in the day.
For sure.
So like,
yeah, I wonder how many illegitimate kids they have too.
Yeah. Well, Liv Tyler is an illegitimate child.
She is. She was raised by
wolves.
Wolves.
Basically.
Wolves.
Oh, sorry, that's Tarzan.
Yeah. What?
I'm kidding. It's the live action Tarzan.
It's Aladdin. It's Dumbo.
The new Aladdin.
The new Aladdin with Will Smith, who looks like.
I thought you were about to say Will Ferrell.
That would be
John C. Reilly.
I wonder what
Aladdin.
That would be interesting.
No.
I don't want it, but I would
It'd
like
be
to
funny.
see an outtake of him trying to do it.
Yeah.
Singing A Whole New World.
Does he sing that song? You idiot?
Aladdin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying Genie.
Oh.
Does Genie sing that song? Yeah, we'll have Will Ferrell as Aladdin himself.
Yeah.
I would say Will Ferrell as Genie.
No. Yeah, I was thinking Aladdin.
That's
like if he's like the main character.
that would be kind of funny though.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was thinking.
Put a bit of wig. It's like La Casa de Padre.
Yeah, I never saw that.
I never saw it either. But apparently he learned Spanish for it.
Who?
Will Ferrell. It's a completely Spanish comedy that he's the star of called La Casa de Padre. The House of My Father.
Yeah, La Casa de Mi Padre.
La Casa de Padre, like the House of Father. That's just church.
Birth of the Cool is a great record for anyone. Like anyone that say they don't even like jazz, listen to Birth of the Cool. Like I would say listen to Birth of the Cool over Kind of Blue just for the Coltrane, because I feel like when Coltrane will play, people will disconnect, and I don't think and I say that like not in the intention of dissing Coltrane, but like my mom's not gonna like Coltrane. I'm just gonna be honest about it, you know. So it's like I'll give.
You don't like Coltrane.
I don't mind Coltrane. The more
You've eased up on your opinion a little bit.
I have eased up on my opinion. I used to really not like him, but there's merit to him. You know, even if I don't enjoy his sound, he still has done something more than I will ever do.
He's revered so much for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
You could say the same thing about the Talking Heads.
Not at all.
What? That's it. We're going to make you listen to the Talking Heads.
All right, well, I'm going to take my headphones off.
Then we're stopping the whole production of the podcast.
All right, then let's not play the Talking Heads.
All right, then let's just not record the podcast.
Jeez.
It's one or the other.
I'm just saying we don't listen to a song. You're just saying shut down the whole thing.
Yeah.
Christ almighty.
It's a national emergency.
I was going to try to quote Donald Trump, but I was trying to think of his voice real quick, but then I lost it, all of it, as quickly as I thought of it.
The way you just did that was pretty funny.
I put the hand up, and I was like, the worst trade deal of all time. That's what we're doing. You know, just a couple more $1 billion for the wall. Right? He said that he wanted like a couple something, and then the
That's what I'm a little
Democrats were like,
confused
"We'll
about.
give you $3." He'll shut down. He'll declare national emergency and build it if he needs to, because he's got the power.
He just declared a national emergency the other day, but I think he's getting the entire
He's
state
getting a lot of backlash.
Well, the state of California is suing him.
And the ACLU.
Who's that?
What is that?
It's an organization.
American
They're like
culinary.
They're for like human
Linguistics.
rights and stuff.
Culinary.
Yes.
Food people are suing Trump. That's how serious we've got.
Because we want Taco Bells, and with the national emergency, we won't be able to get them.
The American Civil Liberties Union. Yeah, it's like It's for the people, kind of thing.
Okay, so I'd read that the Congress had passed the funding for the border wall, though. Like, they passed it a few
the
few days ago.
Democrats gave them basically he was like, yo, give me this money. And they were like, no. And then he's like, we need to come to an agreement. And they're like, no. And then finally the Democrats were like, fine, we'll give you this amount of money. And he's like, no.
Right, and then he declared a national emergency.
Yeah. It's kind of like...
It sucks.
I hope it doesn't affect, like, day to day. I just find it ridiculous that people genuinely believe that a border wall will do anything.
No, it won't.
Like, will legitimately do anything.
Right.
They're not coming in just from there.
They're being flown in.
Like, they're coming in everywhere. Like, if you can come to the United States and stay and then never leave. Like, that's how most times it's done. If not smuggled, you come in and then you just stay.
Sometimes. They go after you after time. Like, if you're past your whatever, I don't know how it works, green card or visa, after your visa's expired, they'll come after you.
Yeah, but you'll also be off the grid. Like,
if you do it smart, you could probably...
Yeah, I mean, like, if you come in and...
Just not use a cell phone and just keep really low profile, yeah, you could probably get away with it pretty easily.
A fake identity. Yeah. I work with a guy who has a fake identity. Well, yeah, I used to. His fake name is Pedro. That's not his real name. I don't remember his real name. He told me.
Is he Mexican?
Yeah, he sneaks people in. Like, he drives out to California. He snuck in from Mexico through Texas through, you know, those 18-wheelers. They have those, like, top compartments in their car. So they've got, like, the car and then the extension where they put the cab. They have this top part where usually they can sleep and whatnot. He snuck in through that into Texas. The dude stopped at a gas station. He rolled out and then just booked it. So, like, he came to the States literally with nothing. Like, and apparently there's this, like, underground railroad, so to speak, of churches, like Hispanic churches all throughout the United States that are taking people in. So, like, all you have to do is find a local, like, Hispanic group, and they'll do the rest. Like, he was telling me,
do you have to be Hispanic?
Yeah.
Damn.
Or, like, I mean, most, like...
What, are you trying to
break
into the U.S.?
Yeah. You got my plan.
Well, I mean, you think about, like, he was telling me that the wages there are awful, and you have to work from, like, 4 in the morning till, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. Like, ridiculous hours that pay nothing. And he's like, I could have one job here that's equivalent to 3 jobs in Mexico. Like, that's how different it is. So it makes 100% sense why they're leaving Mexico. Like, that's the thing that bothers me, is that, like, I get it, like, technically, yeah, they're taking jobs, but they're jobs no one wants.
Right, yeah.
And also, they're fleeing from, like, a completely corrupt government system with... It's literally the wild, wild west out there. Like... And I don't want to say that, like, I don't know anything. Like, a friend of mine, his sister is an ICE agent. And he was like, it's a madhouse there. Like, how corrupt the police are, how corrupt how the system works, how, like, you can't, like, as a white person, the police will rob you and take your passports and then hold them as hostage for more money.
Damn. So
it's not like, if that's happening to you and you're white, you're not gonna, nothing's happening good for you if you're Hispanic. Like, of course you want to come to a country where there's promise and there's jobs. Like, I just find, it's like when the whole Syrian refugee thing happened, it's like Greece and France and other countries were just like, come the fuck in. Like, you're fleeing from something awful. And the United States is like, ugh. It's like we get mad at the fact to help people out. We were literally an original country where people fled to escape oppression, which was England, the British Empire.
Not only that, but I think it's kind of hypocritical that America has, in its history, tended to try to play the world police. Like, we'll get ourselves involved in national matters that don't...
Everything.
We don't need to. And then when people try to come to us for help, for safety, to not die, we turn them away.
Yeah.
And
we'll topple your leader for you and kill all your people, but you can't come into our country.
Right. And it's crazy because, I mean, they're taking, I mean, I know not all of them, but a large majority of the jobs that they're taking are blue-collar, very labor-based jobs that
Workforce.
Yeah, works like hard labor jobs that the people who are complaining about them taking the jobs don't even want those jobs. You know,
No.
they're in their corporate office and they're just complaining about
My
them
dad's
taking their
complaining
jobs.
about Hispanics taking people's jobs. I'm like, what? So you're okay, well, you're not going to go to, that Wendy's you like going to 3 times a day? Yeah, well,
That's where they're working.
that's where they're working. Oh, you like that Mexican restaurant? Well, guess who's running the whole fucking thing?
Yeah.
Oh, Mom,
Yeah.
you like getting your nails done? Oh, well, I just think it's so funny how fucking ignorant people are.
Mhm.
Like, they're not taking your job.
It's because if they came into America illegally, they're not gonna
They
go
can't
to
even,
college.
Yeah, they can't even if a police officer pulls them over, they're going and they're being shipped out again. Like that's the level of fear you have to work with. So obviously you're not gonna get a job in corporate. Like Kathy, no illegal Hispanic is gonna become a therapist in like 3 weeks
No.
and take your fucking job. We need more Hispanic people in our culture so that we can have better Hispanic food. Because real ass Mexican food is amazing. It's better than that corporate or Americanized bullshit that we call Mexican here.
Oh man, I really like Taco Bell.
No,
I like
not-
their hot sauce.
Not even that. Taco Bell's not even real.
No,
Yeah.
but it's good.
It's
I eat
not
it.
real. It's not even Mexican food.
No, I know.
It's not. It's not even like Hispanic in nature. It's just the idea of burritos. Like that's it.
Yeah, they had the idea of burritos in mind, and they just put horse meat or whatever is in there. Horse meat would be really expensive. Actually,
No,
they've got like
it's grade. It's like grade C meat, because there's like A through D.
like donkey meat or something.
Human flesh.
I don't know. That'd be a little intense. I think we'd find out about that pretty quickly.
I will say, whatever happened to the like. You know how Netflix is putting out all these documentaries about cults or whatever.
Mhm.
I'm really hoping one that pops up that like there's been a cult of cannibals for years and we've had no idea. Because that's something you don't like. Out of all the crazy shit that happens in our lifetime, you don't hear much about people eating other people. It's like Ted Bundy murdered 300 teenage girls. Oh, that's horrible. But then you hear someone tell a story. It's like, oh, and then this dude ate the dude. Everyone's like, what? Like, I don't know.
I mean, that's pretty crazy.
Like, it's pretty
It's a
fucking.
whole other level.
Yeah,
It's like one of the
exactly.
craziest things you can do.
Like, I'm gonna consume flesh.
Tell me, what are your thoughts?
So Tommy, please give us.
Well, yeah, my expert opinion.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, you do have that completely sterilized room in the basement for some reason, and that large table.
Well, I'm
With
not
your
anything
surgical knives.
special. I just do your everyday
Yeah.
murder, necrophiliac work and move on.
Mhm.
I don't.
You dabble.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't do the whole cannibalism thing.
Or what?
It kind of grosses me out.
Okay.
It's a little too far.
It's a little too pushes it. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, tell me, how far will you go? Like, what's your line? Like, where do you kind of
Oh,
draw?
I'll
the line?
go right up to it.
Children? You care?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah. Children, dogs, cats, old ladies.
Mhm. I mean, it's
the
just
whole bag.
yeah.
It's-
don't discriminate. You have a card?
No, I
You-
don't
Do you have
discriminate.
a card that I could take? Do I have your contact information? You don't? I think you should get some.
Get some contact information.
A business card for your extracurricular activities.
What would be the purpose?
Oh, just I'll pay you to murder somebody. And
So I'm a hitman.
Spoiler alert: you might be living in this house. It is with heavy hearts that we report to our fans that my co-host Collin Dwyer has gone missing. Our prime suspect is Tommy, our other co-host and friend of the podcast. He had been showing suspicious activity. He's been purchasing leather jackets, bringing his computer, and I see that he has Bing, and he's been using Bing and not even Googling. He's been binging, ing things. I just knew something wasn't right, so I investigated, and we found his lair of perfectly sanitized knives and cold styrofoam silhouettes of famous actors who he'd stab repeatedly over and over again. And he's got a lot of baked beans in there. We don't really know what to do with the baked beans. He keeps farting all the time. It's not. Collin has been murdered. His loved ones are searching for him, but his body is spread across the state of Kansas in different Halloween-themed boxes. The search is ongoing for Tommy. He's been running with local gangs who call themselves the Wolf Pack. They all wear fanny packs and howl shirtless between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. We just want to put an APB out there. If you encounter this wolf pack, don't engage, because they are vicious. Thank you, and good night.